Hello everyone and welcome to Humankind. The game just got released. Well, not. It's just another open dev. Today, 22nd of April, where the original release date of Humankind was supposed to happen, but the game got postponed to August, and so the developers reward us, kind of like, or well, try to compensate that with having another open dev. That means another beta version of this game that we can play here right now, this time as Victor. Now Victor is a bit different than Lucy, and yep, once again we are starting this game in the Neolithic age, so the hunting party. We have some growth to do. If you're new to Humankind, I urge you to watch my other let's play of the Lucy open dev with 8 episodes, and hopefully this time we get a bit further before the open dev ends, right? And I think around 130 rounds is the maximum of what we can do. This should push us quite high. Now, the game is like Civilization, only that it's a bit different in many ways, and I think in exciting ways. First of all, the graphics are way better, and second of all, we have a different kind of progress, right? So we're starting out with the hunting party that we have right now, and we have certain goals like to hunt, to explore some ruins before we can found our first settlement, which is then not even a city. Well, let's get cracking. I can see there is already something here. A discovery can be made. We have 0 influence and basically nothing else, right? The game is opening up more and more, and this is pretty cool. And after, I think, 2 hours of gameplay, everything here is full of information and stuff. Now, let's continue to our first one. We have found some nuts. That's a bit of food that we get out of this. Nothing else, though. There's a deer that we could hunt. We have the upper hand, so terrain plays a vital role. And we are a bit higher, we are a bit more elevated than this deer, so attacking it gives me a good bonus there on the strength against the deer. And then we can just end the deployment and attack the deer right on sight. And yeah, we're doing quite a lot of damage. The deer in turn tries to attack us, and yeah, smart one, he goes up first and then attacks us from the upper ground, right? For example, if I would fight a mammoth now, and that is entirely possible, and I lose my hunting party, well, then the game is over, because we basically don't have anything else then anymore that we could do in this game. Alright, lucky us, we won this one. We do get 5 food, and that's important, 5 influence. And with those 5 influence, we can now settle the first, well, settlement. We can build the first settlement, claim the territory, and we should do this ASAP. Every round that we lose with that we're not doing it, we fall behind the other enemies. We got, I think, 7 other enemies, opponents. I think one of them is my character, though. I have no idea yet, so 7 to 8, let's say it like that. And we need to do something. First of all, this is a nice starting location, right? We got some ocean here, further land. Let's just have a look. The game also tells us quite nicely where we should settle here. We could settle by the ocean, for example. Gives me a bit of more food. We could settle here, this is still the ocean, or we could settle here, right? Which would be the best of all the worlds, I think, because we get lots of food production. We get also the production bonus from the mountains that we have, right? Up here, this is a bit remote, though, I think, even though we have a nice production bonus. Let's settle here as our first one. And that's basically it. Let's end the turn. And that's basically it. Yeah, nothing else we can do. We don't even have a civilization yet. Yeah, imagine that. We don't even have that. Will do. Now please settle there. Fine, that's it. And there we have our first settlement. This is fine. Nothing else we can do. Once again, we have lost all the action points, I think, and that's basically the end of it. This outpost here that we've just created, so we're still nomadic, right? And this is the first outpost, and this first outpost now needs 3 turns for it to develop. While that is happening, we can continue with the hunting party, and of course, I'm going to do that. For some fresh water, and let's continue over there. As we can see, some mountain ranges here. I absolutely adore the map. It's really, really pretty. A deer. A deer. Attacking this one now gives me a lot of strength. And of course, we don't have to do these especially smaller battles all the time. I can also just say instant battle resolution. We can find out what's happening right now. Another 5 fame points, which makes it possible for us to, I think, build another... Oh no, we need 20 influence for the second one. Damn it. It's not that easy. Civilization, yep, we still have to found a civilization. This is happening once we build our first outpost. Oh, there's lots of stuff here to be found. Curiosity, 5 more influence and 1 science point, and an ancient encampment. That's basically it, right? And another thing that we can see here right now is that the map is divided into sectors. So every sector, if you place an outpost there, you claim the whole sector basically, similar to the tiles in Civilization where you have then your borders around it, and here we have the sectors, right? And we claim everything in the sectors. We don't know what these sectors really have yet because lots of resources still need to be found via research, and we only know that down here there is some sage deposit that we could use in that case. And also, nope, there is music in this game, just not yet, because the game just doesn't know what kind of music it should play us. Once we choose the civilization, well, then we can hear some music as well. Now, my hunting party finds something new, hopefully. Let's end the turn. And we have our first tribe. We have our first, well, basically, village. It's nothing more than that. We could now, yep, have a tribe here. Oh, wait a second. There it is. We still had to end the turn. World deed accomplished. You achieved the first deed. Be the first to discover Mount Roraima. We get 50 fame out of this one. So that's this monument here that looks really epic. Gives me a vision range bonus. And I think I got a third one now, right? Is that right here? Might be. We have 10 influence. Let's split those tribes though, right? So I'm going to say one of them is now continuing over there. And the other one is going into this direction there, because of course I need to scout more. And I could do this even further by splitting it once again. So we have 3 of them now. Fighting is not that easy anymore though. But I want to scout ahead. That's pretty much it. Oh, this is looking like a dead end though. I don't think we could do anything over here. There is something interesting. Ancient encampment once again, some influence points. Oh, that's great. And I think over here we find something new then. And the first mammoth. I should not attack this right now. And we continue with my other hunting party into this area. Yep, it's still 20 influence that we need. Now, we cannot do anything else except for placing some new hunting parties and, you know, village tribes. Why is that? Because we still are in the nomadic tribe. We need to reach, or we need to end this era, and we can only do this by achieving those goals here that we have to reach the next level, right? And the first one, the next era, we do need 1 star for this one to really found a culture, and we don't even have 1 star. We can reach 1 star by having 1 more population, by having 6 more knowledge points, or by hunting 1 more time. Hunting, speaking of that, I probably should not have split my armies now. Should not be a big problem though. Another encampment, another knowledge point that we find over here. Oh yep, only 1 more knowledge point. That was actually 5 of them, so that's pretty good. Down there we have something new. And you could, yeah, continue in this direction. There is something, that's knowledge points. This one should give us the era. There we have it. The first era has been unlocked. And that's basically it. Let's continue. Hunting party. Forest Avenue. A wall of flame. There is an event happening. In the distance, a thin cord of smoke cuts up into clear blue sky fire. Calling a few tribesmen, you run closer, the smell of cindered bark and running pine growing stronger with each footfall. Youths, they could become part of your tribe if you give chase. Okay, someone laid that fire. Oh, they're running away. Extinguish it, modifies the defenses, spawn army. Yep, let's chase them. And we get a new hunting party with that, and thus another era star that we need, right? Because we have reached the next level there. Grow 5 population. We have that now. Another sanctuary. No enemies yet as far as I can see. This is looking good here though. I will scout into this direction. And over here we can continue. We can merge them, and we should merge them. So fighting is a bit easier. Now, a tribe's legacy. You stand at a crossroads for many moons. The tribe has tracked the wilderness slowly, tortuously, learning the secrets of this world, how the materials hidden in the deep places and in plain sight might be fashioned to the tribe's advantage, how the beasts and plants of the lands and seas can be most fruitfully harvested. Now you must decide in what domain the tribe will truly sharpen its knowledge for the ages to come. Will you be renowned as makers, farmers, or charmers? Let's go for makers. Only a lack of imagination will limit what we might one day fashion with our hands. And we have entered the first era, more or less. Era number 1. And we can now choose a culture. And this is really cool. Only now do we decide on what culture we want to go for. Right now we do have those cultures here, the Egyptians, for example, the Babylonians, the Assyrians, the Sioux, which is, I guess, the Chinese, the Phoenicians, the Romans later, I guess, or something like the Romans or ancient Greek, the Olmecs, Nubians, Mycenaeans, the Hittites, something like that. These are all ancient cultures though. We can refine and specialize them later into better cultures if we need, or if we want to. Last time I was playing, I think, the Phoenicians and ultimately went into the Roman path. This time I would like to go for something completely different, and that is the Chinese, right? Judge not an empire by the strength of its armies. I mean, we're not really looking Chinese as Victor, but who gives, right? With them, we get 2 stability on districts, science point bonuses, 1 researcher slot on cities, and we get the Sanche, which is a horse-towed vehicle.
Ah, the challenges of a young civilization. It's hard keeping up with the neighbors when they have the wheel and you don't. Humankind learns quickly that everyone contributes. If you're terrified of wild animals, you can grow lentils or catch fish. Tribes settle towns. Towns develop markets, and markets begin the exchange of goods, services, and most important, rumors and hearsay.
Nice little intro, and with that we are leaving the nomadic age and become the Sioux. And now we also have a culture, you know, and a legacy that we need to follow. And perhaps you can hear it, music. Now we continue with the scouting, probably into this direction. I mean, I think the mammoth might be rather aggressive towards us, so let's try and get away from it, right? Circumvent it. And yeah, with the music, I just love, I mean, every video game is kind of like an artwork, right? Where everything works together. And in Humankind, it's just like with Civilization, the music builds up over time and becomes more dramatic the further we advance through the ages. That is just a really nice detail. I love that. We continue still. We have enough influence. I should really be going for another outpost, and that's going to be here. Right, so that's towards the ocean. Lots of food to be found here, and this is important. We need also an outpost for some food, right? And the cool thing is we don't need to make a city out of it. We make a city out of this one here already. There it is, city creation. We can start now in the infrastructure. This becomes a city. Boom, takes a turn. While this one here becomes kind of like an outpost of that city. Right, and this is very much advised, but that's something for later. Since we have decided on the Sioux, we also get Chinese architecture, and look at these graphics! Fantastic. I think we still need to continue. Is that a sector? Yes, this is my sector here, so I don't have to worry about this one. I have to worry about, but there is my scout coming from the north, and we can continue towards the east into all these beautiful lands that we find. There is a deer. We might be hunting it. That's usually some fame that we get out of it. In this case, some money. And the city has been created of Huaoqing. And sorry if I pronounced this totally wrong. And we need to now, well, in the old-fashioned style, decide what we want to do with it. We do have the food industry, money, and science, as we can see. And one is working in the food. Food, we have thus a surplus of, I think, 13. Right? That's from exploitation district and farmers, and that's quite a lot, right? Because every population consumes, I think, 4 food. Don't count me on that. I think 4 or 5 food. We easily can afford 2 to 3 populations right now. So I don't need to focus on the food. Rather, I would go for industry to push that up. So let's go for my first makers district, and let's just see. Should be close to the mountain. So up here might be a good thing, right? We would only lose 1 food if we place it up here, but 7 industry. What we would lose though is a bit of stability, and we need to check this one closely here. We have 100% right now. If this goes below the threshold that we can see there, we will have riots in the city and they might want to become independent. Being the capital right now, there's not a real chance of this one becoming true anytime soon, but it's something to keep in mind. With the maker's quarters, we would unlock industrial tiles next to it, and those are all mountain tiles. This is good for us. Let's build them here. And the construction is starting. We also need to focus now a bit on science. So the calendar, domestic carpentry, and city defense we have available. I do like carpentry. We do have forests around it, and it gives me the archer. Carpentry is going to be my first one, and we can continue. I could continue manually commanding my troops, right? Or I could just turn them into auto-explore. Right now I would like to do this manually. This one here I was actually going to found another settlement. I'm going to abort this one and we continue here, because there might be an enemy here already, and we should put some distance there between us, our capital, and the enemy. And there's a dead end, so we have to go around it. Oh, we are wasting lots of time there. I can use this troop that I have up there though to build my next outpost. This one is pretty sure ours, right? So I might just go for this one. Oh, 60 influence, right. Then we need to go for this lower one there. Another dead end. Oh boy, we are really unlucky. Let's try to get around it. There's some horses.
Off we go.
Could I do something here? Oh yeah, 10 it costs me. So I can actually do another outpost. But I still want to find out where's the best location for it, right? Some hunting, some game. This one here is settling. Yep. With this one we can now decide where. 15 and 2. This one is good, right? There is no bonus being close to the ocean. Seems a bit strange to me, but okay. Yeah, let's go for that one. And the cool thing about this one is pretty close to the city, so this might become one mega city that we have there, because they grow together over time. And that's pretty much it. New turn. The mammoth is not attacking. We still have this hunting party here. Let's get over there. Oh, and there's the enemy. So there is a different color. So we really should be going for this territory here, right? Otherwise, they will get it.
Over this way.
Now, another sanctuary. We can plunder them. Let's go into it. And then we should see the ransacking of this one. That gives me 10 coin. And with the 10 coin, we might build something easily later. There we have it. The next outpost. So, it's called. It's actually called like we, right? Yep. And yeah, they are together now. So more or less, it's developing into an outpost, and then we can combine it. So that gives me this sector up here. Can we do something with you? We have the 4. You cannot be done as territory is not valid for this action. What? Oh, it belongs to this one. It's one huge territory that belongs already to us. Alright, it goes all the way to that side where there is already someone. Damn it. So my capital is at the border. Absolutely not a big fan of that. Okay, let's still continue there and see what is lurking behind it. Unfortunately, that is already a casus belli for me. And we definitely will want to take this one. The big question is once again, where do we want to have it? Do we want to have it towards us, right? Here, we might make this part of my capital then once again, right? And only then will we continue with more cities. This one goes up again, the hunting party, because there I want to found another city. That's a difficult decision. What do we want to do here? City or outpost? That's the question. We already have an outpost there. You know what? Let's make it an outpost, because an outpost of the capital, because we have this nice mountain feature here, and I like the idea of having an outpost and a city here growing together then over time, right? They become that big, yes. So I might do it here. We can also take this river there and the mountain range into our terrain here as well, right? So this is really good for food production once again. Being here though, we would get the mountain, which gives me a nice bonus to my industry. I need to check this once again. So there we already have lots of food. Here we have food and mountains. So I don't think we need that much food after all. Ah, not auto. Stop the auto. Carpentry has been researched. Very good. And World Deed accomplished. You achieved Lake Bacile we have found. There it is. Thank you very much. We do get a world deed. Let's just have a look at that. So every empire, and we are one of them, or every civilization gets these world deeds and fame points with that. With the fame points, we can do something else later then. For now, we need to advance, of course. This is our, path, and we do need to achieve certain goals once again. So to do 2 deeds we have completed so far, and there we have them. Own 5 territories would be another one to get another star, and we do need Do we need 21 stars? No, I don't think so. I think we need... Okay, I have no idea how many stars we need to advance to that. We don't need to reach all the stars though, right? So only a certain amount of that. Military units, research, territories, districts, have districts built, and also have 10 populations or more. This gives me another star then. So there we have those stars, and we need to of course achieve these goals, and optimally faster than the opponents. Now I really hate that we can't do anything over here anymore. This is destroying everything for me. Let's continue. We might still find a good territory over there. This one becomes a city for sure, where we're going now, and then it still leaves us the question with over here. Let's just have a look what we find. Beautiful, right? Another beautiful landscape. The Lake Bakail, and we have finished also our lumber. We can go for something else now. Domestication. We only have 1 horses there. I don't think we have horses anywhere else though. So not much reason to go with this for now. City defense, calendar gives me the artisan quarter and the granary, and I think we're going for that. Yes. Right, so the calendar it is. Let's end the turn. Yes. This one cost me 70 influence. Now, we need to settle. And enough is enough. Let's settle here and let's actually do a city. There's really not a good tile here though. Alright, now, this is horrible. That's the only proper one that I can find here with lots of production on it, or a bit of more food. This is a good one. Yeah, this is a good one. Let's go there. No way around anything else. Alright, we finished the Maker's Quarters. This is reducing the stability a bit, right, to 94. Still perfectly fine. Really no big deal. We have the lumber yard now. That is something that we could build, and we could build it because we have the Maker's Quarters there, and because we have the researched tag for it. And this gives me more industry on forests and woodlands. We have lots of that. I could either go for that, or we go for something completely different, and in my case that's the archers. Definitely want to go for archers, though it is reducing my pop by 1, but that's fine. We do need to have some city defense there. Up here we are now. Let's just see. We need 70 influence, and we have found our first enemies, the Nubians.
As the leader of a great people.
There they are. Very close to my capital. Alright, it all costs me now 70 influence, it seems, because I'm building this one, and after that I can't continue. So I will need to merge my scouting parties, so we can hunt a bit. This one here still takes 11 turns to finish, so not that much we can do about this one. And the archer. Alright, and they want to offer something right away. Only trade luxury they want to trade with us, right? So we have the 4 policies here, trades they want to do. Either we go with forbid trade at the moment, or we go for only trade luxuries. And since we want to be on happy terms for now, let's accept.
This will be
very, very good. Another settlement has been founded over here for the Sioux. And we can now continue up there and hopefully find something. There's ebony. Oh, that gives me 5 stability on all cities. Once I find it, we might just do it now and then we go up. And we can end the turn right away. So we get lots of these outposts now in the surrounding, right? That's not going to be cities, because that would otherwise really destroy the influential area for one of the for my capital. We have the archers, very good. We can station them here now. And that party we're going to merge, so we have an easier time hunting. And the archer has been finished. Let's just have a look. We have 2 pops now, or 1 pop. So food should not be a big deal. We're growing at plus 12 at the moment. Maker we have. I think lumberyard is the one to go. Gives me a good bonus there on my food, on my woods.
on it.
And the calendar has been researched, but that the artisan quarters and the granary has been unlocked. Let's have a quick look at the tag tree. There we can see it. So we are here still in the ancient times when it comes to research. And well, those are the things we need. Of course, military power might also be good, and there's our special unit here with the wheel. So we still need the domestication now, and then the wheel. And lucky us, we do have some horse deposits that we can use right away. Then we would have the classical era. It's quite a lot. Medieval era, going all the way up there to the industrial era. And I think we can still reach this one. Now, of course, as I said, domestication is our next tech that we need to go for. We already have the horses.
Over this way.
80 influence, you kidding me? It's getting more and more. I need to hunt something useful here. Yep, you can go up there. Nothing else. 3 more turns for this one to turn into an outpost. There's something. Animal remains. 3 science points. Alright. Influence. I want nothing else. Someone has reached the Egyptians with the ancient era. And you can now vote 1 new civic. Alright, so there's something new popping up. The civics. So of course we don't only have research, we also have the civics that we can choose. And this is kind of like a specialization into our whole civilization for now. And we have the legitimacy and the founding myths. The legitimacy gives us a choice among everything else. Historical, prison, customary laws, codified laws. This one gives me attach output cost minus 20%. This is good because we're doing this soon. Modify absorb city cost by minus 20%. And this one gives me the celebrating on a new city. Let's go for codified laws, because we are going to use this now soon. And the founding myths... Oh, influence on main plaza. Yeah, for later, perhaps. We can also see the stability and a nice map here by looking at the surroundings that we have. That's that. And Empire Foundation. That's what we just did. Codified law it is. I think it's also fitting to the Chinese.
Right.
Ah, there we are in the north. Oh no, there is someone. Do we have a good chance at fighting them? We do. We should probably take them out.
No fear.
And we won. Very good. Very important that we did this one. It's an enemy, of course. And we don't have a war declaration on them yet. So it makes sense to me to do this. And over here...
Off we go.
Nothing else really. I think we are in enemy territory then soon. The Machinians are now in the game as well.
Listen very carefully.
Oh, that's the one we just killed. The Olmecs. They have a commercial agreement. Only the trade luxuries once again. And to make them happy, I'm going to accept for now. Nothing is set in stone after all. Ah, there's some new countries coming up. And... Ah, there it is, something claimed. Alright, so I guess this is the last claimed one. Unclaimed one that we might still go for. Oh! And we are being attacked by someone that is weaker. Yeah, why did they attack anyway? What did we get out of it? Nothing, unfortunately. Not even influence. I would love some influence out of this, but the victory is ours. Perhaps we might find their settlement and could ransack it. There they are, the Nubians. That looks good. Yep, that looks undefended. We could ransack it. I think this is what I have in mind. We could have an early advantage there. And there's the capital, Kurma. Not that far away from my capital, unfortunately. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. Give it a like if you do. And we'll continue here in the next episode. Stay tuned.